Hi, this is Michael Canales. I'm with Marvell Technology. We're at OCP, and I'm talking to Annie Lau.
Hi, everyone. I'm the product management or Marvell PCIe Retimer.
Excellent. Now, Annie, PCIe, it's been an acronym we've been having for 20 years.
Right.
But a lot of people don't know what it means. What is PCIe?
So PCIe is actually the protocol that's been around for more than 20 years. It's a proprietary use cases for CPU to talk to all the peripheral components.
Like the driver?
Yeah, those can be the storage drive, can be the NIC cards, and can be the accelerator or GPUs, which is like super hot topic right now, right?
Yeah, it's been around. PCI Gen 5 was there. Then there was a big shift going to PCI Gen 6.
That's right. So industry has facing challenge on continuing double data rate with the NRC modulation, with essentially the sample 0 or 1. So now moving from PCI Gen 5, which is 32 gig, to PCI Gen 6 of 64 gig, industry decided to move on to the PAM4 technology, which has the same transition we observed back in the Ethernet type rate.
And it comes from optical too.
It's used for optical Ethernet as well. So Marvell has been a leader in the PAM4 technology, thanks to our homegrown Marvell SerDes, as well as the optical interconnect technology from Inphi. So we have been the leader in the PAM4 among like 100 gig, 200 gig, or even beyond. So now taking those PAM4 technology coming back to support PCI Gen 6, which is 64 gig, we can utilize our experience and expertise.
Excellent. Now, one thing, so it doubles the data rate, 32 gig to 64 gig, but also there's a distance issue. Like, for instance, if we didn't have the PCIe retimer like we came out this year, how far apart could those GPUs be in a server?
Right. So when speed runs slower, you can imagine the signal was able to transmit at a longer distance. Now, industry moved from PCI Gen 4 to PCI Gen 5, the speed kind of getting shorter and shorter. In terms of that, it's the shorter trace lenses on the PCB motherboards, or the shorter cable distance. It might be like cutting into half from Gen 4 to Gen 5. And now if we're thinking about from Gen 5 to Gen 6, factoring into PAM4 modulation, it's going to make the channel even more sensitive to all the crosstalk and all the noise.
Excellent. So with that, I mean, you could go a meter, but that's not long enough for a cabinet.
That's right. So that's combined with the industry trend of modulation, system modulation, or disaggregate infrastructure. Right. So before we used to have the server box, which have all the CPU needed resource all in the same box.
Yes.
And at the distance is just a foot or 2 feet is probably the maximum. But now we are thinking about disaggregate infrastructure, which you will have maybe the CPU, the handle at the top of your rack, and needs to access your storage resource at the bottom of your rack.
And memory is in a whole different appliance.
Right. Yeah. So all this will need to be connected through PCIe. In terms of the PCIe length, it will become like 1 meter, 2 meter, up to 3 meters for within the rack, or even cross rack, you need 7 meters, or across multiple racks, it will be like 10, 20 meters. So imagine like PCIe needs used to be just within server chassis, just a foot or 2 feet is enough. Now it is go beyond 3 meters, 7 meter, 10 meter, 20.
It's like an octopus, where just basically the server is now multiple boxes.
Right. PCIe is a protocol that's trying to come from within the server chassis to out of the chassis to the rack.
Now, right here, we have it next to this is PCI Gen 7. It's kind of it's not a product yet. It's a demonstration. So what do we do with PCI Gen 7?
Right. So PCI Gen 7 is very exciting. It's the same PAM4 technology we migrate since Gen 6. However, it's actually truly double the data rate.
So 128.
So 128 is what we are showcasing here. So here we have our 128 SerDes chip that's fabricated with a 3 nanometer TSMC technology. And what it can bring us is the best performance, lowest power consumption, and lowest latency you can observe in the industry.
Excellent. And one thing I learned, I barely know this, but when you look at the eye diagram, the wider the eye diagram and the more clean it is, shows performance is there versus something that's more smeary.
It will be more immune to the noise or the temperature variation that we usually observe in the server cluster. Right, so this is the bigger the eyes, the better. That's what we are trying to achieve, the bigger eyes.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.